Everything in this house is for sale.
That's pretty sweet. My goodness.
101.
That's quite a bit of pops you got here.
Yeah, and I still have another 60 in the bedroom. The missus is like, get it out of the house. I traded a Toyota Camry for a lot of these cards too. The doctor said, run across, go to the ER right now.
I'm a moving company for you.
Yes, you are. 55,000.
55.
That doesn't even pay the bills that are owed today.
Okay, so we're headed out to Spokane, Sandpoint to Spokane. You got to go through Coeur d'Alene, and my favorite coffee shop in Coeur d'Alene is Union Coffee Roasters. They have great waffles, and they make great coffee. But we've been investigating, trying to find some leads today. We're following the lead. We're tracking down a Facebook Marketplace lead today. Looks intriguing. Friend of a friend listed it for him in the marketplace, and we're going to go see if we can make something work. You know how those are. You've seen us in the past. Facebook Marketplace leads can sometimes be a little sketchy. But we're going to investigate this one. But we're in the Magic School Bus today. This is what my family drives. So we have a 15-passenger van. It's going to be a little different setup. Come along for the ride. See what we can do. So when we see these Facebook collections, what we're typically looking for is a little bit of curiosity, right? Spark my curiosity, make me want to come out. But also you want to balance that with some good cards in there. And this one today has got a mix of both. There's a lot of volume. He even advertised a bunch of supplies, which this day and age, it's like, I'll take the supplies. And then he's got some high-end stuff like Russell Wilson autographs and DK Metcalf, which up in the Pacific Northwest, is very common. So we'll see. We're not really interested in buying a bunch of base right now, but it's kind of it comes with the territory with collection buying on social media.
There you are.
You see me? I'm in the big van. Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm hidden back here.
All right.
There's the guy.
You're not.
There he is. Right here.
Sorry, I brought the Magic School Bus today. Good to meet you, man. Good to see you. Oh, you weren't kidding.
What's that?
It's really right there in your house.
Yeah, that was in the bedroom.
Oh, shoot.
And the missus was like, nope, time to go.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's, I mean, it's a lot, but I've seen a lot more.
Okay. Yeah. So what's the story then? How did you acquire some of this? How did you get into the hobby?
I was raised by a single mom, and she used to take me card shops.
So it's
when I was like 7.
Part of your childhood then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
She was like, well, you did good. Here's a reward, or just something to bond.
Okay.
You know. So between that and going to sports games and stuff like that. So I started then, and it's the chase. And nostalgia of a lot of it. So
sure. Why are you selling then? What's the deal there?
Well, need the money.
Okay. That's important.
Got company shut down about 3 months ago.
Okay.
And that and the missus is like, get it out of the house.
You can just tell Brandon is a collector at heart, and it's probably going to be one of those struggles that he has throughout his life. And you just have to learn how to balance collecting versus reselling versus managing the money over all of it and making sure your wife's happy with it.
So it's like she's trying to get me to get rid of everything, pretty much.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. So that's just that's the one thing.
Okay. What would you, if you were kind of defining your collection, we can start looking through some of this. What's kind of the era and the style of your collecting?
Shoot, a lot of it was junk wax, you know. But then in and out, like I said, it's like I'd get a hankering, all of a sudden it's like go all in. And then I just, you know, a lot of it's junk. Probably 1980. There is quite a bit of, not quite a bit, but there is vintage.
Yeah.
But
when you say vintage, what does that mean for you?
You know, mid 70s back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe even upwards 79. A lot of good players came out up until then.
Yeah.
Not even beyond, but you know, this, and then kind of got back into it a few times, kind of hardened 2013 to 16, and kind of died off a little bit.
Okay.
And then 2019 until 2022, I hit it hard.
Again, just another common story that we hear of a collector that ebbed and flowed throughout kind of his life and then hit 2018-19 and went crazy spending money on sports cards. And probably now is just feeling the pain of that, like he said, and trying to recoup some money.
I was buying cases.
Okay, so you went all in.
Yeah, and then I'd just flip them on eBay or wherever.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, I pretty much sold to buy. It's like if you go to the store to buy a scratch ticket, you don't buy just one. You know, same scenario. So
the dopamine kicks in.
It is.
You're all you're engaged and you're spending too much money.
Yeah. It is fun.
Okay.
It's really fun, and I'd continue doing it, but I get yelled at a lot.
Well, hopefully we can stop the yelling.
Yeah.
So like stuff like this, I see you talked about your little era 13 to 16. You got 15 contenders, 15 certified. Is that just leftover stuff that you didn't sell, basically?
I was creating sets, and then at one point I started breaking them up and pulling key players, selling them individually.
Unfortunately, a lot of that stuff in there is just stuff that's just going to take an extraordinary amount of time to move right now because people aren't looking for base of a lot of these guys. Just there's no desire for it anymore. That's quite a bit of pops you got here.
Yeah, and I still have another 60 in the bedroom. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad. But it
can be bad. You're right.
You know, growing up, didn't have a whole lot of money, and so now when you do have money, it's like, oh, I want to play.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, and I even take the kids out and about and let them have fun. And
so you got a few kids?
There's 4 of them.
4 of them?
Yeah.
Are they in and out of the collecting with you then, like truly, or you just try to bring them in when you
One
can?
of them was in for a little bit, and she decided to hand me hers over, but that's fine. I mean, they get older and they have their other things that they do.
Sure. That's almost the entire rainbow, right?
It is the 100% rainbow.
It is the rainbow?
Yeah, both 1-to-1s, number to 10, 15, 15, 15, silver base.
He's got an idea of what's going on in the hobby, so it's good to have that kind of knowledge up front. We don't have to fake anything. We don't have to assume anything. He knows what he's talking about. I know what I'm talking about. We're going to be able to meet somewhere, I think.
Pulling that one I was screaming.
What is that you're looking at?
That's the 1-to-1 Robert.
Oh, because you like Luis Robert.
Oh, yeah.
That's your guy.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That's pretty cool.
And to be able to get that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And she's like, get those out. I'm like, what?
Luis Robert rainbow from the Prism set. I mean, that is, I did not expect to walk in and see that. Luis Robert collector here in Spokane, Washington.
No. But
that's not leaving.
Once again, everything is
negotiable.
Oh yeah.
So tell me then put me in the driver's seat of selling right now. So, you know, obviously I buy a lot, but you're selling, you have a buddy of yours listed on Facebook. How is it dealing with people trying to buy from you right now? Is it?
It's a joke. I mean, lack of a better term. Okay, so when you're selling, and a lot of people that get into it don't understand it. I've been selling for, 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
You're pretty much selling to resellers. Like I'm selling to you.
Sure.
You're gonna want to make a profit.
Right.
So my profit's gone. Collectors, they'll PC some things, but other than that, it's like you're constantly negotiating. And then, like with eBay, the fees are just going up. They're getting more clients, so their fees should be going down. Quantity versus, you know.
Right.
So I don't get that. I started out and I think I was at like 7% fees, and now it's 13.1. Once again, it's still a fun hobby. The production's kind of getting stupid again, back just like in 1987, 88. So
yeah.
Well,
do you want to give me the tour then? What should I? What do I need to know about the cards?
Here's my big dogs.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of good cards in there. I know there's some Favre rookies and nothing great.
Okay.
But I mean, as an overall, got a ton of Hall of Famers still in all these. A lot of them I didn't even go through. Some of the ones that I recently bought, it just, yeah, I was basically going through people's hard sleeves.
Yeah.
So the hard sleeve ones, and then these. So I don't know.
Okay. So stuff like this, I see. Like, okay, obviously you're gonna have some junk wax. You're gonna have.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, I'm not sure. It is.
It is. Yeah. Okay.
And that's just. I mean, a lot of it is. Most of these are all, 2000, the nicer boxes.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's your favorite year right there, 1990.
Exactly. Everybody's favorite.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, the cool thing is moving it around, you get a lot of exercise. So, I mean,
glass half full. I like
that. It is. I found out I'm a type 1 diabetic recently, so I need the exercise.
There you go.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Here you go. We're at 2020 Prism football.
Oh yeah.
That's at the peak.
Everything, some Crown Royal.
Okay. So is this a lot from collections you bought, or is this a lot of leftovers from when you ripped?
A lot of ripping. A lot of ripping, man. I was buying at least a case on itself a month, and then every day my mailman and I are like best buds now. So I toss him all the Red Sox cards. He was like, geez, I was getting 2 to 3 boxes, unopened hobby boxes a day. So.
Okay. You're dropping some significant.
It was fun, yeah. And unfortunately, you sell a lot of the cards a little too early, but.
You're talking to a Mahomes guy. Trust me, I know how that feels. Whenever I hear someone that says they've been selling on eBay, he's already mentioned a couple times how he sold off different cards, had cool Jordans, a couple cool Mahomes. It makes me worried that maybe the icing on the cake has kind of been scraped off and the good stuff's been sold off already. So that's in the back of my mind, maybe thinking that these boxes have truly been picked through.
I traded a Toyota Camry for a lot of these cards too. Did I make my money back? No. That was just recently. But these are parallels, football parallels.
That's a first. I haven't heard the whole trade a Camry for a...
Yeah, 2008 Camry for every one of the guys' cards.
Wow.
Yeah. Those are all parallels, numbered, color. I'm all about that.
Nice.
Yeah, I've kind of weeded through those.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of rookies in there. It's just kind of thumb through real quick like.
So this has been a good Facebook Marketplace collection. Again, you walk into these, you don't know. He's even told us, right? There's a lot of sketchiness that kind of flows through Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. So he's even concerned in what he's dealing with on the sell side. But super impressed with this and glad we were able to make the connection on Facebook.
Like this is no rhyme or reason. I mean, the guy has some Montanas in it.
Is this a collection that you just recently got, or?
Just these.
Okay.
And I mean, they're still good cards.
There you go. My son on the way out was like, hey, do they have any Pokemon there?
Oh,
I was
my
like,
goodness.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's a few in there.
There is. You can hook the guy up.
Would you say this is the best box out of all of it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get an idea. This will obviously drive the price most from my perspective.
That's my guy, man.
Lockett your guy?
Dude, that guy, you throw a ball even 10 yards away from him, he's going to get it. Toe dragger, man.
Yeah, he's legit.
He's great. But yeah, a lot of Seahawks, a lot of Mariners.
Did you go big on Julio Rodriguez or no?
I have a little bit, not too many. I sold major key cards of his. There's the baby, dude.
There you go.
I love that. And I had the, what was that, 67 Ernie Banks when I was a kid. My mom took me to a card show at the fairgrounds.
Okay.
And I had numerous Jordan rookies in it. Walter Payton, my guy. Bradshaw, all the big names, man. Huge names. And I set it down, I turned and I paid for a 1986 Topps pack. And I turned around and it was gone. And my mom, I was bawling. And my mom was flipped her lid. And she is running everywhere looking for this one red binder. But we're talking that binder would be 5 million easy nowadays. Easy, because I think I had like 6 Jordan rookies.
Wow.
You know.
Well, I wish I had that many at 1.2.
Oh my gosh, man. There's the failed collection.
The Wander failed collection.
Oh my gosh, that guy. That guy.
Jordan's in there.
Yeah,
I just sold
the lot about a month ago. 192 of them, and I traded off 300 over 300. You seen that?
That's pretty sweet.
See that?
Yeah.
What does that say? It's a rookie card, right?
Right.
It's not. This is 2019 or 2020.
What?
I think it's an uncorrected error. I'm not 100% sure, but
how do I not know that?
isn't that crazy?
Did you pull that out of the pack?
Yeah.
No kidding. What's in here?
All Russells.
All Russells.
All Russells. Yeah, see right there.
There you go. Kind of the same thing. Just
Rookies, parallels. Actually, all of them. Base.
nice.
No.
Bought that?
No. That was part of the car trade.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the Toyota trade's making a little more sense.
Toyota.
With the one Russell in there.
Right.
Some crazy cool stuff. Are you kidding me? The Russell Wilson 1 of 1. He's got some Russell Wilson patch cards, some DK Metcalf patch cards. Tyler Lockett, who doesn't hold a ton of value in the hobby, some really cool Tyler Lockett's. He's got some really cool high-end stuff here. Arguably the greatest baseball card of all time.
Probably most iconic in my era.
Yeah.
And I'm old.
You're not that old.
45.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just turned 40.
Didn't you? When you're buying boxes, you kind of run out of money when you're buying hobby boxes.
Quickly.
But the thing is I was going to grade a lot.
Yeah.
The grading prices are insane. And the affordable one, which is SGC, which is a great company, great looking slab too. But it's just the time and money. It's consuming.
Brandon brings up a frustration shared among many collectors. They want to grade cards, but it's too expensive and even too daunting. Where do you sit with grading? Are you A, a dedicated grader, B, a casual grader, C, you just haven't graded anything yet, or D, you're never going to grade a card? Let us know in the comments below.
Where are you sitting on everything then? I have kind of because I have a feeling it's going to go somewhat downhill from here, right over there. Or is it all basically the same?
That's all. Well, yeah, basically the same. Other than, these, you have your Tom Brady. All Brady's.
Yeah, I'll flip through that here in a sec.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Brady's, Aaron Judge, Mike Trout, which hopefully he can get healthy.
Since you've been in the eBay world, this is the type of stuff that you struggle with. Is it worth the time to list it?
That's why I haven't. I've never listed any of those. Never, ever.
Because it'll sit there and you're hoping it sells, and by the time you put it all in, you're like,
Right. And I'm going to end up getting back into it.
That was going to be one of my questions to you.
Yes.
Would some of this money go towards funding another round of collecting?
100%.
What would you do with that?
Paying bills.
Yeah.
Probably the same thing I was. But I wouldn't let it get this big. I would not let it get this big. I'd sell off key players. I'd probably do sets again because I've done well. Hopefully work will pick back up and I get this diabetes thing under control. So.
No kidding, man.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
No.
Sorry to hear that.
That's all right.
I'm assuming that's an immediate change in diet, and all of a sudden you're like,
I don't eat. I eat sausage patties.
just because it affects you so much? Or
Yeah.
dang.
Yeah, I was sitting over. My A1C jumped up to like 13.6.
Okay.
Which is, you're supposed to be around 6. And I went, in August, I was weighing 245 pounds. The end of September, I weighed 185. And everyone just kept, I didn't notice it. My old lady really didn't even notice it. But then, like, my sister would be like, you feeling okay? I feel fine. And I kept seeing her, and she's like, you're looking really sick. And I went in, and they're like, oh, man, your blood sugar's at 454, and you're supposed to be at, like, 90. So, yeah, they're the
Something's off.
The doctor said, run across, go to the ER right now, and I did, and
Dang.
I have it, and I hate needles, so I have my old lady jab me in the stomach, and I got this silly little Dexcom on. Part of life.
All right, let me just peek in a few of these.
Yeah.
I don't want to go through all of them.
No.
So I guess where are you at with price? Realistically, where are you at with price?
What do you want?
Well, let's just say we took. I'm sorry, we took
I
it all.
gotta get rid of it all, because if I if I see them,
Okay.
I'm gonna end up probably getting extremely pissed, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's, yeah.
I mean, I obviously I don't love this stuff.
No.
But I will buy it all if it's a part of the deal. And
Yeah.
what I mean, what are you thinking? I don't.
Well,
Let's
I think
while you're thinking.
200,000 is a good number for me.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna think about that. I'll get back to you.
No.
Yeah. No, I know.
I'm open. I mean, it depends. What do you want? Everything in this house is for sale, including the Keurig, the coffee pot. No, actually.
You're really trying to make an emotional connection. You know how much I love coffee. I mean, you can even separate it out if you want to. Like, what do you think that's worth, or what do you want for that versus
I've done the numbers.
Oh, then tell me. What do you, yeah.
8K would be what I'd like.
Okay, so he threw out $8,000. For me, that's just not close to where I want to be. I think about the time investment and a lot of the risks that I'll be taking with quantity. Tell me how you got to the 8K. What is that?
I know what card shops pay, roughly 40%. So,
yeah.
I know where this number is. That's why. And of course, there's attachment to it.
Tell me what you value that stuff versus what you value all this stuff at.
Not including these, I would say that these average at least $3 a card on an average. 600, it's 1,200, that's 3,600. And that other one, I don't know, because I got minus this guy off. But I do know. And no, this is not graded. If it was graded, I know the price.
Sure.
As is, because this is so off-centered, it's probably an 8. That box, I want to say, is $2,400.
So you're putting that at $6,000 right there.
In a resell. Mm-hmm. But you're not a collector, you're a reseller.
Sure.
Unless you do PC, you're Mahomes.
Yeah. My hesitation with that is in this market now, those do not move fast.
No. Yeah.
You put the time in and you're going to grind it out for 9 months or 12 months to move through inventory. I've lived the life. I know how long it's going to take.
I do too.
So for me, it's like, you pulled your eBay auctions off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I got to pay, someone like James to do the listing, and
yeah,
there's a cost there. Yeah. So I look at liquid stuff with your Russells,
yep,
your DKs. That's all. You can comp that very quickly.
Oh yeah.
This stuff to me is like it's got to be a sweetheart deal, or
right.
I just would rather not put the work into it.
I would rather give you a sweetheart deal. The buzz right now on a lot of these is $25 to $30 a box.
Yeah.
Sight unseen.
Yep.
Most people are going to use it, start their fire in their fireplace.
Right.
I don't have the time, and once again, falling behind on bills.
Yeah.
Very muchly. So.
Yeah. So for me, I'm looking at it like if I'm going to put the time into this, I'd want to probably double my money.
Yeah.
That's just quick math in my.
Yeah.
My process. So I'm probably somewhere around 3,000 to 3,500. That's probably the spot I want to be. I'm hoping he can get somewhere close to that because I think it'll give me a little space to make some money, and it'll also relieve him of some of the stuff he has in his house. I'm trying to convince myself to just buy this stuff. Mm-hmm. I keep telling you, I've been down this path so many times. I know how long it sits.
I know you do.
And I know
how
long it sits.
Here it sits.
So I get the whole, like, this day and age, it's like $25 a box. I get it.
Yeah. Yep.
Very similar to this. This is a smaller quantity.
Yep.
But I want to do you a favor, and I want to come up with a number that makes sense for both of us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'll throw it on you first.
Am I going to need a puke in this?
Well, I mean, what is the number that you would feel comfortable with?
I want to hear you first. You give me the number.
My number is 3,200.
Ooh, I can't do that.
Yeah. I value that at about 2,000, 2,500.
Right.
And I feel really good about it.
Right.
Like, even another $700 for this stuff, like,
right. I get it.
I'm a moving company for you.
Yes, you are.
So I feel like if we can agree on a price for all this, then we can figure out this. Is the way I'm looking at it.
Right. Oh man, that doesn't even pay the bills that are owed today. Legitimately.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't hit that number.
Okay. What is the bottom number you can do feeling comfortable?
55.
55,000.
Under.
Things took a turn for the worst with Brandon.
No, 50. I got to be around 55 for everything. Have to. And that leaves me with no money at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, look, obviously I care about
not,
your situation, but I have to look at it like
Right. As a profit for you, yes.
Yeah.
I know that there's still profit there. You have the means, I don't, for grading and everything else. No, the raw. And
right.
I 100% get that. I know what's there as raw. And I know you gotta make a profit. You gotta feed these guys. You know? So, yeah.
55, man. My cap is gonna be 4. Just so you know.
Right.
What if we then, let me think about this. What if we did 6,600 and we took all the Funkos too?
Have to ask the missus.
Okay.
On that one. I know what, yeah.
Okay.
You know the rules.
Yeah.
You have a missus.
I do.
And
I would rather her be okay with you making a deal.
I know, right?
Then you called me back and said, "Hey, dude, you got to come back."
I won't even bother you. I mean, I know, like I said, man, everyone's in it to make some money.
While Brandon went outside to talk to his wife, I took a few extra minutes to dig deeper into his Funko collection and also revisit the cars to see if I could justify the price gap. At the end of the day, I want to help Brandon. I mean, they have bills. We all do. It's part of life. But when diabetes hits, cards take the back seat. So I'm truly hoping we can come to terms on a price that helps us both.
$7,000 of this. We'll do it.
All right.
I think it's fair for the cards. I'll take a risk on this, but you know what you're talking about with these. It'll take some time, but
it'll take time.
Yeah.
It's worth it though.
You got yourself a deal. $7,000, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Cool. Well, let me know when you load up the car, and then I'll. We're wrapping up. We're getting all Funkos we're filling our transit with Funko Pops. I never thought I'd say that in my life. I don't know how. What do you think you got? 5,000 pounds? He's probably got 5,000 pounds. That's James. He's taking it back to the warehouse. I don't know how he fit all that in his little 4-wheel drive Audi, but he did. And then we're wrapping it up. Getting the cash for him. We're good. All right, man.
All right, brother,
Thank
man.
you.
Yeah.
We did it in less than an hour.
Thank you.
Well, unloading.
Unloading my house.
I got a couple things for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you our 2 newest hats.
Super sweet.
You're going to sign that card for me.
Yes, I am.
And I'll sign a hat for you. How about that?
I will do that. Want it numbered? What number do you want on it?
It's a 101.
It is a 101.
Okay, so we did it. We were back and forth in negotiation. I felt like getting the Funkos was a good compromise. It was something that I was not expecting to get today. 100% was not expecting that. But I'm thinking, why not throw it out to the Whatnot crowd and see what they want? And there's some cool cards in here that are probably going to end up with my kids, funny enough, the DKs and the Russells, but everything worked out. Brandon's great. We'll probably stay in contact. He told me he's going to start a podcast, for crying out loud. So we'll help him with that. Overall, really cool experience today. You know, so the tendency in those situations for me is just to feel for them, right? Brandon was just talking about the financial hardships, and that's just tough, man. Like 5,500 was a hard number for him because it was meaningful. He had to pay off debt, but you have to kind of disconnect yourself in that situation. Like, remind myself that I'm running a business. We have to make decisions that make sense for the business. But man, I feel for Brandon. I feel for people that are in that situation that have to sell the cards to pay their bills. All right, we had a few extra minutes and we're here at Sports Cards Northwest. I believe it's the oldest sports card shop in the Spokane region. I've known Jim for a long time. He's one of the coolest, most down-to-earth owners of a sports card shop. We're just gonna pop in here and see what's up. Hopefully buy some things to open in the hotel room tonight. We'll see. So one thing that stands out to me here is you don't see shops these days with this much supplies. He's got every type of box and he's got lots of it. And the reason you don't see this a lot anymore is modern day shops and the collectors that want this stuff, they don't need it because they're flipping stuff so much. They're not putting sets together and they're not buying set boxes. He has it all. Pretty cool.
Like
Winfield's underrated, period.
No, he was good.
He was very good, yes. I think he's the only player to get drafted in all three sports.
I think you're right.
And two of them were first round. Baseball, I'm not sure if basketball was the other one. Basketball was
That's
the
my
first
guess,
round pick, yeah.
So one thing that's unique about Jim, he's kind of a dying breed in the hobby. I think he said he's been as a shop owner since 1987. And as he interacts with customers, he just exudes knowledge about the sport, about players, about products. He's educating the buyer kind of on the fly. It's kind of spectacular to see.
Oh, you already took it out. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
You want a sack for yours, buddy?
No, he can just.
All right.
You know, so even just little things like, you know, someone just asked, what rookie year was this guy? And he, you know, Jim said, hey, he's a rookie a couple years ago, but he got traded to this team, so you might consider buying this product. He's connecting all the dots for people, which is what a shop owner should do. You're a hard man to get access to.
Yeah, it's always pretty busy.
That's a good thing, though.
It's very good. It's very good. This is actually a lot slower than it usually is.
Really?
Yeah.
Even on a weekday?
Yeah. Yeah.
During the week, like what time is like the busy time? After school ends or after work
I
ends?
think 11 to 1 and then 3 to 5.
Okay.
It's usually after work and after school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or lunchtime and after work. Yeah.
So one thing that is unique about you is that you're just a natural at educating customers.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm guessing it's because you've been doing this since 1987, right?
Right.
I mean,
I'm passionate about it. I love it. Yeah, I love doing it. Yeah. I want people to come in and feel good. I want people to come in and feel like, you know, hey, that was fun. I want to go back.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like for me. You know, again, we get our flippers and we get people that'll come in and out, you know, try to make a buck, you know, try to see what they can buy to turn on flip. And that's great. We'll do that. But we want people to come in, sit down, watch some TV, listen to sports, talk sports, and enjoy their experience. And I think that's what it's about for us. And that's why we've been successful, I think, is because people enjoy coming.
Yeah.
It's a happy place.
So he mentioned going on the hunt. We obviously got to go check this out. And funny enough, over the years, I've worked out some deals with Jim, and some of the stuff that we've got from collections have actually ended up here. So I'm not going to be surprised if I find my handwriting on some of these boxes. This is the problem, right? Now I want to start digging into these boxes, seeing if I can find something. But once I get started, it's over, so I'm not going to get started. So you picked this up this week?
Yeah. Yesterday, yeah.
What'd you pay for something like that?
600.
600?
Yeah. It's got some print marks on it.
What do you think it'll grade? Are you going to grade it?
Nah, I've got a customer that wants it, so.
Okay.
If it wasn't for the print marks, it'd probably grade an 8, but with the print marks, it's probably a 6, I'm thinking.
Are you a big grader?
Nah, too impatient.
So tell me about one of the low points for you in this whole journey. Like, do you remember the lowest point you've had in this card shop ownership thing?
Yeah, I think the strike in 1994, the baseball strike, was the lowest point.
Okay.
Because people were leaving in masses.
Well, it is now official. No more regular season, no extended version of the playoffs, and for the first time since 1904, no World Series, Brendan.
I'm all fascinated by the still portrayal of the greedy owners versus the greedy players. That's not what this was about.
You know, prior to that, companies were mass producing cards. It was probably the best thing that ever happened to the card hobby, is because now the card companies started cutting back on the production quite a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got out of it in 94 till about 97 because there just wasn't much of a market anymore.
Okay.
So that was the lowest point, easy. Basketball people didn't care too much about. Everybody was a baseball fan. And so when the strike happened and there was no World Series, everybody was ticked and left. Now we see probably as many collectors now as what there were in the early 90s, I would say, maybe even more.
Wow.
But I think the production levels they're definitely amping up, especially with Panini going out. I would worry about that a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what Fanatics does when they start
Yeah.
taking control basically of everything. So
What's going on here?
So that's my son. He played baseball at Washington State.
Okay.
His freshman and sophomore year, and then entered the transfer portal. And he's now with Oregon State, so he'll be the starting shortstop this year.
Oh.
As a junior, so
Nice. Well, I mean, he's starting at Oregon State, so he's got to be pretty legit.
he can play. He can play a little
play?
bit. Yeah, he can play.
Is he going to make the next level?
We'll see.
What's your gut
We'll
say?
see. Yeah, he will.
I'm looking at a collection that he just picked up,
And it's hard to
and it's
say
just
how
all
many
kinds of
I put in my garage.
stuff that I love. Relics and autos and color.
Every time I come in a gym shop, I lose track of time. I forget about what's happening outside those doors, and I just get lost in sports cards. That's when you know that a card shop and the owner are pretty special.
Jim,
Hey,
thank you, man. Really
It was a
good
lot
to
of
see
fun.
you.
It was a
Yeah.
pleasure. Thank you very much.
You got it.
Safe travels.
Thank
All
you.
right, take care.
Just an awesome dude. Like I didn't even think I was going to spend money because we just bought a collection, but you just want to spend money with him because he makes you feel at home. And we got some sealed wax. We got a stack of cards that'll go to Whatnot. Sports Cards Northwest. Go check them out if you're in Spokane. One of a kind.